gang. So I'm back with another book review. I know the gap year is already changing me. I feel like I am a new human being. It's a thing. Also, just before we get into the review, I would like to apologize if you can hear any weird background noise. I'm not home alone, and also there's construction going on outside, but I didn't have any other time to film, so I'm making it work. Anyway, so the book I'll be reviewing today is The Savage Song by Victoria Schwab, or V. Schwab. I think it's V. Schwab in the UK and so on, and it's Victoria Schwab for the American version. Either way, same person, so yeah, doesn't make that big of a difference. This is a book I've been anticipating for quite a bit, and I wasn't sure if I wanted a UK version because the American cover is just stunning. But my friend Katie over at Katie Loves to Read, I'll link her down below, I've linked her before, was trying to get rid of some books. This one was among them, and so I jumped on the wagon because I really wanted it. And boy, this is one of my new all-time favorite books. I think it's great. Anyway, so I've been anticipating this ever since Victoria started talking about it on her Twitter, because it was basically supposed to be Romeo and Juliet without the romance and with monsters, which, oh my god, I'm not the biggest fan of Romeo and Juliet romance-wise because it's just ridiculous and I do not stand for that, but I do like the whole political aspect of it, which is really reflected in this book, and it doesn't have any romance. It has the potential for romance if V. Schwab wants to go there, but it's not there yet, which is great. Anyway, this Savage Song follows our two different protagonists, Kate Harker and August Flynn, and it is set in this city that's divided among their two families, and it's been taken over by monsters, and each side of the city is sort of handling that in a different way. It's just, that's sort of the premise of it. Very Romeo and Juliet-esque in this political aspect, but that's sort of where it stops. This book truly makes you question the very concept of humanity like nothing else, and what it means to be human and what makes a monster, and it sort of makes you question this distinction between a monster and a monstrous human. It's brilliant. I've heard people say that they didn't like the first half of the book because it's sort of slow-paced. I didn't mind because I thought it, helped you really get to know the characters and connect with them before you sort of jumped straight into the action, which did the job for me because I haven't liked characters this much in forever. I can only tell you that Rose Hathaway, which is probably one of my first favorite female characters, just what a babe. She would be a fan of Kate Harker from this book, which honestly, if that isn't just the highest compliment you can give someone, I don't know what it is, but yeah. Rose would approve, so I approve of what Rose would approve of, sort of. I mean, Rose does make some questionable decision every now and again. Anyway, and August is just the purest, precious cinnamon roll there ever was. I'm in love. I need to protect him at all costs. It's great. I love them. I love the different family dynamics created, obviously. In Romeo and Juliet as well, there's this whole family aspect that you don't actually get to see that much of in that one. You do get to see different family dynamics in this book, and the contrast between the two is just amazing, and I love it. Can you tell how much I love it? The world building is really interesting. I think it could have been more fleshed out, but this is only the first book in a series, So I'm fine, you know, I can wait, because after this book, it's sort of hinted that the direction that the plot goes in will create a further description of the actual world, which, you know, I'm fine, I can wait. There's also a lot of talk about music in this book, which, I mean, sign me up. There's an adorable cat. You know, there are great books, and then there are great books that have cats in them, and we all know what I prefer. I really want a cat. I'm probably never gonna get one, and even if I did, I wouldn't be able to take care of it. But I really want a cat at some point in my life, so, you know, I was like, yes, yes, sign me up, please do sign me up. And I've also just found a lot of beautiful quotes, so the writing is just amazing. The book has this really dark tone that's just perfect for this particular time of the year, if you ask me. Or, you know, just any time of the year, but monsters, darkness, October, Halloween sort of go together like peanut butter and jelly, don't they? I haven't actually had peanut butter and jelly, so I can tell you from experience, but I assume it's a winning combination. Yeah, it was just amazing, and I also found some really beautiful metaphors. I'm not quite sure if they were actually intentional or if I'm reading too much into it, because that's what 12 years of school will do to you. But yeah, it was just so good. I definitely would recommend picking this book up, because it's phenomenal. Unless you're Julia. If you're Julia, you're gonna hate it, because I loved it. It's the law of the universe. I don't make the rules, I'm sorry. Anyway, please do let me know if you've read this book or if you plan on reading this book, and let me know what you thought if you did read it. I'll see you guys later. Bye!